Come on. Join together. For those of you who came in at the tail end of the service that occurred just before this one and you just wondered, what am I walking into tonight? Tonight is Noah Shabbat, Shabbat Noach in the cycle of Torah readings. This is the second parashah, the second portion of the year, and it tells the story of Noah and the flood. And that's why you saw all of those animals that were on the ark, including at least one Batman and one Superman. Always. There's always one. The flying things, yes. We'll continue on our service on page 6. We welcome angels also. We have little animals on the ark, but we also have angels that are joining us on Shabbat, delivering with them a neshama yetera, an additional soul that helps us to doubly enjoy the Sabbath day. Shalom Aleichem, page 6. Baruchuni l'shalom. Baruchuni l'shalom. Malachei ha-shalom. Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malachei ha-Malachim.
la la la, ya, la, Thank you. And Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Boy, it's a very different feeling from 15 minutes ago. It's quiet, it's nice. Whatever brings you here this evening, we're glad that you're here. You know, Shabbat, our services, every week they're here, it exists, and it's kind of free for people to enter and exit as they wish. Right? It's Shabbat whether we are participating in it or not, which is a comfort in some ways. But it also is a call to say, if Shabbat is here either way, why would I not take advantage at some point? Why would I not want to step into Shabbat, even if just for a few minutes in this 24-hour period? And so whatever brings you here, we hope that in this time that you really are stepping into Shabbat, really entering into this holy, sacred time that Judaism carves out for us every week. We hope that you get what you're looking for. Just to introduce, I'm Rabbi Daniel Brenner. This is Cantor Mark Childs. Rabbi Steve Cohen, who has just freed himself from all of the monsters and animals, is coming in right now. And we're really happy to have you here this evening. To light our Shabbat candles, I'm going to invite up a very special friend of mine who is our connection, our plug, if you will, into Maravilla, which is one of the senior communities here in town. Sandra is the main organizer of the Jewish community at Maravilla. And once a month, they get together, totally separate from the rest of us. They have their own Shabbat dinner, their services, they have their prayers, and they just gather. And I had the opportunity when I went last week, just for a few minutes, to meet new people. Met new people who had just moved to Maravilla, and they were so grateful that this community existed. And by this community, I mean the one that Sandra put together. Because they felt like, we're brand new to this space, but God, I feel so lucky to just immediately jump in with my Jewish community. So Sandra, you bring so much light to that space, and I hoped, as one of our Shabbat greeters as well, you would bring some light to our space. Well, thank you. Why don't you, we're here on page 8. Come behind the table. And how about we read this together?
Almighty God, allow us to rest on the Shabbat. May the light of the candles drive out from within us all impatience and sorrow. Send your blessings to us and to our children, that we may walk in the ways of your Torah, your light.
Yeah.
Just drop it in there, that's fine.
Oh, no. It's a very small wick.
And now. Baruch קודשנו ומצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של Shabbat Shalom, Sandra. On the top of page 9, let's join together in singing Yedid Nefesh.
We'll continue on page 12. Page 12, Psalm 29. And Jeff, would you read for us?
A David song. God's voice upon the waters, the God of glory thunders. God's voice in flames of fire shatters the wilderness silence. Thunder rolls in the Kadesh desert.
Beneath the storm, gazelles give birth. God strips the forest bare. In the celestial temple, the burning stars sing glory.
God sat above the flood and will dwell on high forever. Give strength unto your people and bless your people with peace.
Page 13.
Amcha Page 14, we have Lecha Dodi, these mystical words which join us together with the Shekhinah, God's presence as a bride and a groom joined together. And on this Shabbat, which this coming week on November 7th, is the 8th yahrzeit of Leonard Cohen, the composer, the songwriter. And so every time during this time of year, I'd like to sing Lecha Dodi to his wonderful and majestic and heartbreaking tune to Hallelujah. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Yishmi'anu el hamiyuchad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad. L'shem tiferet v'nidila, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat. Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha. Sof ma'aseh v'machshava techila, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat. The entrance to our sanctuary. We welcome the Sabbath bride. Boi v'shalom atzeret bala, gam l'simcha u'v'tzola, tochem u'ne'am segula. Boi chala,
Please take a moment to turn to someone next to you, wish them a Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Zoom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Zoom, Shabbat Shalom. And Jay, thanks for running that Siddur on Zoom.
We'll remain standing and continue on page 18 with the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yikada v'yitkada shmei rabba.
Amen.
Yamad divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei.
V'chayechon uvyom etkon u'chayech b'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'vizman karim.
Ve'imru
Amen.
Yehei shmei rabba mevara. Le'alam u'lam me'amaya. Yibarach ve'yishtabach ve'yipar v'yidroma v'yinaseh ve'yirhadar ve'yitale ve'yitala shemer hursha richu leila min kol berchata ve'shirata
Tushbechata v'nechemata v'ramiran be'alma.
ve'imru
Amen.
Page 20.
Baruch et Adonai ha-mevorach.
Please be seated. Continue on page 23, and Sissy is going to read for us.
Word by word, the evening descends. The gates of night swing open. Night washes over day and flows out again at dawn. Day passes, and you bring on the night.
Baruch atah Adonai ha-mariv aravim.
Ken will lead us on page 25.
The Torah was first given from mother to child and then again by a man to his friend. Love and language come into the world together. Now comes our turn to reveal Torah late at night and in the first hours of the morning. We will wonder and argue and celebrate your teachings.
They are life in the length of our days. On our lips by day and in our meetings at night.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Moshe Kevod Malto Page 28. Ve'ata et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu Adonai ha'ele asher anochi etzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinata mevanecha ve'dibarta ba b'shivtecha b'beitecha uvelechtecha b'derech uve'shokbecha uve'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha ve'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Continuing on the top of page 30, and Emily is going to read for us.
In each of our lives, we come at last to a limit where we are forced to stop running and to cry out to God. How many times have you saved us and pulled us from the fist of danger? We lose count of your miracles. Our lungs fill with life breath, our feet prepared. You turned the world of land and sea against Pharaoh, and brought signs and wonders to Egypt's soil. We saw your power revealed at the shore of the sea. There we danced and sang a new song to you.
Throughout the Jewish calendar year, the Michamocha is a wonderful vehicle to musically announce that holiday or that day in the calendar with a certain nusach, a certain musical formula of the holiday to kind of just get us keyed into. So tonight, this is Shabbat Noach. It's Noah Shabbat. So I figured there's only really one signature tune to which we will sing Michal Mocha tonight. So Heather, would you help me out, please? The Lord said to Noah, there's gonna be a floody. The Lord said to Noah, there's gonna be a floody. Get your children out of the muddy. The children of sea be. So rise and shine and sing out your glory, glory. Rise and shine and sing out your glory, glory. Rise and shine and sing out your glory, glory. Children of CB. I need a percussionist. Everybody sing. Mi kamocha Eli Adonai shine. Sing it together. Rise and shine and sing out your glory, glory. Rise and shine and sing out your glory, glory. Rise and shine and sing out your glory, glory. Children of CBB. Malchutcha ru vanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe ze'elianu ve'ameru children armayim lo leolam va'ed. Everybody sing it. Rise and shine and sing out your glory, glory. Rise and shine and sing out your glory, glory. Rise and shine and sing out your glory, glory. Children of sea. Now, put your hands up like a big sun coming out. The sun came out. Now dry up the land. Dry up.
I can't believe you're doing this. This is amazing.
Sun came out and dried up.
You can't believe they're doing this.
Everything was fine and dandy, dandy. Children of CB. Last time, make it count. Rise and shine and sing out your glory, glory. Rise and shine and sing out your glory, glory. Rise and shine and sing out your glory, glory. Children of CB, children of CB, children of CB. Keep it Adonai et Yaakov. Ugalom Yachazak Mimenu Baruch Ata Adonai Gaal Yisrael.
I will never doubt you again.
You doubted me?
Not again. Let's read on page 33. Give us a night of peace, God, and bring us life in the morning. Spread over us your quiet tent. Take our hand, lead us safe through this night. Tonight our souls fly far. In our dreams we leave this place. Guide us home at dawn. Bring us life and make us whole. You are blessed, God, who watches over the people of Israel and over Jerusalem. Page 34. We'll turn to page 36 now, where our Amidah begins. And we'll continue in our Amidah through page 50. We will be standing during this time of prayer And I'll invite you, as you reach the end of the words that you are praying, to be seated. But for now, we'll rise, and we'll join in the opening words on 36.
Holy One, give me a quiet heart. Holy One, give me a quiet heart. Elohai nitzor, leshon nimera, usvatai midaber mirma. Elohai nitzor, leshon nimera, usvatai midaber mirma. Holy One, give me me a quiet heart, Holy One. Give me a quiet heart. Adonai Tzuri, Tzuri V'Gali, Adonai Tzuri V'Gali, Holy One, give me a quiet heart, Holy One, give me a quiet heart, Holy One, give me a quiet heart, Holy One, give me a quiet heart.
Thank you, Paul Zink.
Somehow, it's November. I get so excited.
I know, you are
I
excited.
get so excited. We'll come back to that. We'll turn to the bottom of page 50 for Amisha Berach. And this evening, as we are together and in community, we're also praying for healing and for recovery for Bert Karen, Marilyn Candace, Susie Kurtz, Louis Cohen, Elizabeth and Joe Mason, Vanessa Massel, Dave Bennett, Denise Leichter, Bonnie Switak, Mary Aliano, Arthur Magat, Kate Morris, Reva McClernon, Bob Keats, Amy Colton, Brandy Mussman, Moshe Halevi Ben Bela, Gloria Kaufman, Andy Saffer, Mort Rudin, Barbara Williams, Misha Zoberman, and Zev Nathan. And if you have a name you'd like to add for Amisha Berach this evening, please say that.
Lori Coleman, Chuck Anschutz, Matt O'Connor, myself, Lynn Onstead, Nancy Mann, Arthur
Brooke Blake.
Sirk, Barbara Goldstein, Jim Goldstein, John
Cindy Wild.
Bodino,
Join together
Elizabeth
at the bottom of
Maris,
the page
and Margie
sing these
Bash.
words, asking God to grant healing and recovery and strength to our loved ones. somehow. This is the first Shabbat of the month of November, and as is our tradition, we want to bless anyone who has a birthday coming in the following month. So I would like to invite up all of our November birthdays. Please come on up to this front of the bima here so that we might offer you a little sticker and a little blessing. Sissy, when is your birthday?
Well, I have two.
What?
No, my friend Helen Curhan is tomorrow. She said to get a sticker.
That is not allowed. There are no proxy stickers. Good for her. She can get a sticker in France. No.
26.
You can get 2 stickers. Thank you, Sissy. Emily, when is your birthday?
November 5th,
November 5th. How old are you going to be?
18.
Woo! Happy birthday, Emily. Amy, when's your birthday?
21st.
Happy birthday, Amy. John, when's your birthday?
Sunday the 3rd.
The 3rd. Wow, coming up quick. Happy birthday. And Amanda?
The 20th.
The 20th. Very nice. Hello, Lotta. When's your birthday?
21st. Amy and I are twins.
Wow, I love that. Well, happy birthday to you too. And what about over here? Hey, how you doing? When's your birthday?
November 20th.
Wait, November 20th. When's your birthday?
November 20th. Yeah.
Amanda, come on. This is unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Wow, Dean, Dan, and Amanda all together. There's something about this. This is fantastic. Mark Castleman, when is your birthday? November 20th? Good for you guys. Wow. Well, and is there anyone else who didn't come up who now wants to come up and admit that they were born on November 20th?
I was born on November 27th.
No.
Not me, but Violet was born November 20th.
And she's down there having pizza. Wow. That's amazing. That might be the first time we've had 5 on a night. Beautiful. They should. And all 20s, right? Well, to all of our November birthdays, we hope that this year is a very special and blessed year for you, that this is a year of exploration and discovery, trying new things in your life, a year of deep learning and community, finding new ways to engage and connect with each other. We hope that this is a year of good family and friends and fun. And most of all, we hope that this year be a year for you of health and a year of peace. And so as we celebrate all of you, we thank God for allowing us to reach this milestone in our lives. We sing the Shehechianu. Lazman hazeh, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Melech haolam, Shehecheyanu v'kimanu v'higianu, Lazman hazeh. Mazal Tov, happy birthday to you all. See November 20th next year. Now we'll hear a few words from Rabbi Cohen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Recently, when I was reading the story of Noah and the flood and the ark and the two birds. How are we doing there, Mark? Okay. Still sounding a little echoey. With the 7th graders, I was surprised and secretly pleased when one of the kids blurted out, "Yes, the raven." Tonight, I'd like to spend a few minutes considering the raven, the unhelpful bird who brings no leaf, no hope, in fact, who never returns at all. What is the raven doing in the story? From a storytelling point of view, the raven is not necessary. It would still be a good story if it were only the dove who went out a first time, found no resting point, and then a second time and came back with the olive leaf, and finally a third time, never to return. That's fine storytelling. So why the raven? What does he add to the story? At first glance, it seems that the raven is a symbol of wickedness, or at least despair. The dove and the raven seem to represent binary opposites: light and dark, good and evil, faith and despair. The dove brings the olive leaf, the great sign of hope and the future, and the raven brings nothing. But as always with the Torah, there's more. The Torah is interested in relationships. With the raven, there is no hint of any connection between the human and the bird. The raven departs, flying back and forth upon the water, and never returns. By contrast, with a single word, the text takes care to say that Noah sent the dove me ito, literally, from being with him. The dove had been with Noah, and when at first the dove finds nothing, she returns to Noah, and he stretches forth his hand and brings her back into the ark, unto himself. Beautiful expressions of caring and affection, all completely missing from the raven episode. The dove represents not just hope, but also love. And the raven, it seems, symbolizes love's absence, mistrust, estrangement, and fear. We Jews have been reading and retelling this story for a long time. And over the centuries, our sages and storytellers have wondered about the raven. Some have even come to tell the story from the raven's point of view. It's not a silly exercise. Storytelling is empathy training. One ancient midrash says that there was one basic rule laid down for everyone in the ark, humans and animals. Want to guess what it was? One rule: no sex. It makes sense. After all, there was not a lot of privacy, and they didn't know how long they'd be on the ark. If they all started having babies, it would soon get too crowded. So that was the rule. And that rule was broken, according to the Talmud, by the raven. Because of this, says the old legend, the raven was sent out first. Not on a mission to see if the waters had receded, but as a punishment for breaking the no-sex rule. Like a CIT getting sent home early from camp. In this midrash, the raven is cast once again as the bad bird. But on the very same page in the Talmud, other rabbis asked further about the raven and what he might have felt and said and done as Noah was opening the window and tossing him out into the flooded world. One rabbi, Reish Lakish, says that the raven accused Noah with a teshuvah nitzachat, an unanswerable accusation. According to Reish Lakish, the raven said to Noah, God hates me and you hate me. Look, God told you to bring 7 pairs of the pure animals, but only 1 pair of each of the impure animals, like me, the raven. Obviously, God hates me. Now you also hate me. Rather than taking one of the animals of which you have 7 pairs, you choose me, the only male of my species. You know that if I die from exposure, my entire species will die out. To this accusation, says Reish Lakish, Noah could make no response. Why did Noah choose the raven and not one of the birds of which the world could afford to lose one? Did Noah have a grudge against the raven? This midrash actually says, listen carefully, that the raven continued, "Are you perhaps interested in my wife?" I know, it's a crazy question, but there it is in the midrash. And I think the author was just attempting to imagine what it felt like to be the raven. The first midrash says the raven got tossed out for breaking the no-sex rule. But this midrash pushes us to ask a surprising question. What if the problem was not the raven, but rather a general breakdown of trust and communication? What if the raven had a good point? The moment we allow this possibility, the raven begins to look like another animal in the Torah, the scapegoat. Driven into the wilderness on Yom Kippur, loaded with the sins of the people so that they could start the year fresh and sin-free. Like all scapegoats, the ancient biblical scapegoat had done nothing wrong. But people thought that by getting rid of it, they could separate themselves from evil. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this weird old midrash, reading the story from the raven's point of view, was suggested by Reish Lakish, who is known as one of the most independent thinkers in the Talmud. He was himself a bandit before he became a rabbi. That's true. And Reish Lakish wants us to think about the raven in the same way, not as a bad bird, but as Noah's scapegoat. Now, the story of Noah and the flood, the ark and the birds, the dove and the raven takes on an entirely new set of meanings for us, the reader. The raven's irrefutable accusation is directed at each and every one of us when we look for a scapegoat, for a bird to throw off of our ark, for the person to remove from our life. We all do it, don't we? Hopefully not often, but we do it. At work, in our families, in our congregation, in our nation, we think to ourselves, things would be so different, so much better, if she or he just vanished. Perhaps the problem, suggests Reish Lakish, was not in the raven at all, but in Noah, who just needed to see the raven go. We Jews have been reading and retelling this story for a long time, about 30 centuries. Over all those years, the raven has flown back and forth in our mind and our imagination, sometimes appearing as a hostile presence, sometimes as a scapegoat. And we are still reading the story after 30 centuries because, like all of the Torah, the raven has never stopped moving. And now, before concluding, I would like to turn to a last, very different retelling of the story of Noah's raven from the 11th century French commentator Rashi. Rashi sees no wickedness in the raven. The raven, says Rashi, left the ark on a different mission, completely different from that of the dove. The raven's mission is hinted at, says Rashi, in the words, he flew to and fro, back and forth, until the waters dried up. Rashi explains that the waters that dried up are not the waters of Noah's flood. but rather the reigns of a much later generation, in the time of Elijah the prophet. Long, long after Noah, after Abraham, after Moses, after King David and King Solomon, in the time of the prophet Elijah, the waters dried up. The rain stopped. There was a terrible drought. The waters dried up, and Elijah went to hide in a dried up riverbed. There he stayed alive, catching a little bit of water in the riverbed, and he was fed bread and meat by ravens. In that much later biblical narrative, according to Rashi, Noah's raven reappears as the embodiment of compassion. Now, any story about Elijah in our tradition hints at redemption. Elijah is the prophet who will one day bring us word of the arrival of a better world than the one in which we are living. That world will come sooner when we learn to regard the ravens in our life, the ones who seem to be unhelpful and best thrown out of our ark, as simply on a different mission, bringing bread and meat to the hungry prophet who is still hiding, waiting to bring us word of the coming of the Messiah. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi Cohen. That was really wonderful. We'll turn now to the Aleinu on page 120, and we'll rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גאולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונה, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
You may be seated. We turn to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 122, and I will ask as I read the names of our Kaddish list aloud for you to rise if I read the name of your loved one. We're in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days after the passing of Marlene Shan, Frank Epstein, Jerry Saraboff, and Judy Golub. We're in the first 11 months of saying Kaddish for Gail Rosenberg, Bob Brown, Leah Temkin, Olivia Mellon Shapiro, Miriam Bressler, Alan Jacobs, Michelle Nelson, Maureen White, Pearl Boxer, Edwin Rosenblatt, Pearl Bloom, Sheldon Rosenfield, Irene Levy, Justin Bray, Roma Sengel, Elias Lifshitz, Howard Cooperman, Howard Silver, Millicent Hamilton, Jana Young, Amos Pollock, Shirley Sarah Pomerantz, Joel and Marilyn Wexel, Mary Zeidler, Judy Poole, Katie Alicia Shovers, Arthur Mazzaro, Susan Rossi Winokur, and Diane Cohen. And this Shabbat marks the yard sites of Thomas Blatt, J. Irene Breitengross, Jules Cohen, Bernard Edelman, Eric Friend, Benjamin Gendel, Francis Gordon, Lillian Margolis, Isaac Matola, Eva Rokach, Henry Rose, Phyllis Ann Rudolph, Evelyn Schaefer, Sam Shapiro, David Silberman, Shiloh Simon, Laura Smith, Louis Tobes, and Joel Winikoff. And if you have a name that you'd like to add for Kaddish, please rise, share that name with our community.
Mary Sorvell Camp and Gary Floyd.
Now, please follow your own tradition to rise or to remain seated as we join in these words together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach, le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal, shemei dikudsha berechu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom imramav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol Yishvei Tevel v'imru amen. Please be seated. And I'd like to invite up a member of our Board of Trustees, Nick Wolf, to offer a couple of announcements on behalf of our community.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi Brenner and Cantor. It's delightful and entertaining. And choir, thank you. It's beautiful. And Rabbi Cohen, thank you for that thought-provoking sermon, which is very hard not to respond to. My name is Nick Wolf. I'm on the Board of Trustees. I'm the Finance Trustee. And we look forward to seeing you, hopefully, at the Oneg at the bottom of the stairs after the service very shortly. And there's just a few events coming up in the next week or two I wanted to mention. As you know, I'm sure, we're increasingly having special interest groups that different people can really relate to and join in. So in the coming weeks, the prime timers, that's for the over 50s, are having a 5-mile intermediate level hike at Lake Kachuma Sweetwater Trail day after tomorrow, this coming Sunday, 10:30 at the trailhead. Hope you'll join us, and if anybody wants to, we're going to go out to lunch together afterwards at Cold Spring Tavern. More details of what you should bring if you're going to come to that on the e-news. Second group that's becoming more active and doing really well are the Silver Solos, 65 plus. And they're going to meet together at the Jewish Film Festival on the last day, Sunday, November 10th, at the New Vic Theatre for breakfast at 9:15 for bagels and coffee, and watch the movie together at 10 o'clock. The movie is all about the Lefkoviches. And another group, the Mahjong group, all skill levels, are invited to join on Thursday, November 14th from 4:30 to 6:30. So those are three of our active groups. And just one more thing, there'll be the annual Israel Teach-In on Sunday, November 17th, 2 and a bit weeks from now. Save the date and there'll be more information on the e-news, as well as about everything else. So thank you, see you at the food area. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
The food area. I agree with you, Nick. The rabbi's sermon did indeed provoke a lot of food for discussion, and especially if you were a CIT at a summer camp. I mean, what was that all about?
That felt personal.
Yeah, it felt like he was talking to us.
What were you kicked out for?
I didn't share the tin of cookies my mother sent.
Oh, far worse. We'll close our service out. Adon Olam, page 124.
Adon Olam, Hashem alach b'terem ko, Yetzir nivra le'en nasa lechefzo ko, Azai melech shemo nikra. Yalla la 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 la, yalla la 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 la, yalla la 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 la, yalla la la la, yalla la 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 la, yalla la 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 la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. Ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado, yimloch nora, ve'hu haya, ve'hu hoveh, ve'hu yiyeh b'tikva, ve'hu echad, ve'yein sheni להכשיlo, להכבירה, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה. אוי, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה לה לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה 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 לה. Yalla la la la, ve'hu eli, ve'chai goali, ve'tzur chevli, be'etzara, ve'hu nisi, manos li, menach kosi, be'yom, be'yado, yakir ruchi, be'et isha, be'ayira, Keviati Adonai li velo hirai yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. Please join us down the fellowship hall for Kiddush.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Great week.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Have a great week, too.
Shabbat Shalom.